Assalamu alaikum. Peace. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Greetings all. Mosque Cares First Sunday attendees. This was a long month. It seemed like this next First Sunday came a long time. I was trying to remember. I said the last First Sunday was right after the Savior's Day program, which was a wonderful program, and we hear nothing but good news. It's good to see your faces out there. Our secretary is here, and it's a few faces. Spring brings people out, so happy spring and New Year, and hopefully we have some spring resolutions that we're gonna make for ourselves to be healthy after being cooped up in a lot of us live in homes, small homes, or at least had the windows shut for several months. I had my windows and doors open this morning, and the breeze was beautiful. I was feeling kind of funny. I went out, my wife will tell you, I went outside and sat outside, and I said that feeling I had, it went away after sitting outside for 5 minutes, breathing fresh air, you know. And because I have back problems, nerve problems, and I thought it was coming back on me. I'm standing, I feel better. But praise be to Allah. We have our keynote speaker today, Brother Roger S. Bashir, and I'm not going to hold us. I'm just going to try to echo what Imam Hamid Rasul said, that we thank Allah for the supporters, our supporters, and you all that support the Mosque. You are really phenomenal people. You have no idea, and you all probably know that people try to get you to pull you away, you know, and tell you shouldn't. Why should you donate to the Mosque? Why do you support? And I have a whole new perspective on what loyalty means and what people supporters mean and everything, because I think about this brother. I miss him. He used to raise all kind of cane up in here, and they used to have to put him out, but that brother don't miss his donations. I think he donated like every 2 weeks, you know. And I said, wow, this brother is that's who I make dua for. People like that are consistent and that understand the value and have the loyal and the persistency. So anything that you want to make successful, you don't give up on it, and I commend you all for continuing what we're doing. And Imam Mohammed talked about connections. You know, before he passed, he talked about our perception and making connections and all those things. And I come to believe stronger and stronger more in those things he said in those last few years he was with us about the value of perception. We know who we are, and we know how we see ourselves. And the world out there has a view of us, and they know who we are. But most of their opinions of us are not going to be accurate unless they get them from us. And the only way people can form an opinion of us is if they see us. And the only way they're going to see a little small group like us is if we make a big ball and we look like a bigger group than we really are. So our future depends on our unity. You know, I mean, literally. Because I think to myself that I'm pretty clever inside. And I look in the eyes of some people today, and I don't see that connection. The world is growing more diverse, you know. So, this excellent. Let's just keep up the good work and save not just the Ramadan session. The Ramadan session, that's ours. And the same thing, I wanted to echo what I said at Savior's Day. Savior's Day is ours. You know, something should be personal to you. Something should have more value than monetary value, you know. You don't do it for what you're going to get back out of it. You do it for principle, you know. And Savior's Day is something that Imam Muhammad, that all of us, we left it when he left it. And it was so far out of our minds that it really had no significance in our lives. We didn't even talk about it to our children. Then when he brought it back, and he never took it back again. He said that this is ours, and he even explained how that connection, to have something personal for African American people, is far more important than having something big or being a part of something big, because we're people that were disenfranchised. We were separated from the human family tree. Young people, my daughter, she may not understand that. It's like you have a bouquet of flowers, and all of them feed off the same food and the same water and the same vase, and here you got one that's, all of them are unique. None of them are exactly the same. But then you got one that you take out and it's completely discarded. It don't exist no more. So the people from the future don't know them. They're not going to know them. And then here that flower is trying to sprout up somewhere else. with no knowledge of his collective knowledge, you know, and no vision for his future. You know, so we are unique people. And so for us to have something uniquely ours like Savior's Day, that's real important. If it don't mean nothing more, forget about what it meant 10 years ago. Forget about what it meant when was that? Last month or so. What was it? February. Yeah. Forget what it meant. But it's yours. It belonged to you. So you make it what you want it to be, and you make it what you need it to be. But that belonged to you, and can't nobody take it from you. You know? And that's what African American people need. We need things that are important to us, that we're willing to sacrifice our future and our lives and to share it and to pass this responsibility on to our young people. We need those type of things, because that's what everybody else got that we don't have. We think we so universal, but we not. We're universal in thought, but in reality we not. I hold as weak as this tape right here. You know, it can be knocked off, the wind come by and blow it away, but other people establish. And that's the only way we can establish ourselves. You know, everybody had us in their heart, I know it, and I ain't saying nothing new, but we should have more collective interest, a stronger value for our collective worth and our collective value as human beings, because when we have to face Allah one day. When we pass, we have to go before Allah, and we're going to, people of faith, at least the people of faith, should want to not look like a chump before God and say, well, what did you do for yourself and for your people? What did you sacrifice? You ain't no more worth than that dust on the ground over there. Like, that dust going to be here for a while. It's going to transform and move, and that's what you are, just dust. You just want to be just dust. You want to establish yourself and be something, you know, and be about something, and be something for the future to feel proud about. That's another thing. They beat us down, tell us we shouldn't feel proud about nothing. You know, people of faith, Allah even said that he's the best of creators, meaning that we are creators. So something can come purely from you, and Allah will accept it, and he will bless it. You know, a lot of us don't think that that if we get something good, it's like we stole it. Now, if you get something good, you should know that Allah has valued that, and he has blessed that to the extent that if you were to give it away 100%, Allah would just return it to you tenfold. He'll return it to you. You know, I know it for a fact, because I've done it. I said, well, Allah blessed me with this. I'm going to just give it away. I give it away, I get 10 times back. You know, I'm not lying. Praise be to Allah. And I'm not going to take up no more time, but this is what we want for our community. We want a strong community. We want a healthy community. And we want a future. So young people, I'm talking mostly to the young people that's got jobs and paying taxes, and you doing the right thing now. So do the right thing for your community, you know. And get a family. People need family, need to reproduce it. That's another thing. They're trying to sterilize us. They are. A lot of times, and you hear them talking, Allah's my witness. It could just be me or my ego, myself, trying to help myself. But because they say sometimes psychology, you'll see things that you want to see and see things how you want to see them. But what comes out of this community, I see it echoed in the public, on the public radio, on the news, on TV. So either we just on the right wavelength or the right page, but we on the right track. That's right. You know, even with that probiotics and all that kind of stuff. I was talking about that stuff, and most people I talk to didn't know what I was talking about. But they say the world is bacteria, billions and billions of bacteria that influence everything in our lives and our health. I lost 25 pounds just by taking probiotics and putting healthy bacteria in my body. And it's not just 2 or 3. When you take things, bacteria grows and it develops, and it's like a community of organisms in its own self. There's hundreds of thousands of bacteria when you take food into your mouth. But most of that food you get over the counter, it has to meet USDA regulations. That stuff ain't got nothing. It's like eating cardboard or sand. You may as well grab a handful of sand. Now the sand probably got more minerals and nutrients and some bacteria. Don't eat dirt. Eat some nuclear how they sterile with the not the X-rayed or whatever, some purified cardboard. But that's reality. And it made me think about Omar juice. Remember the Omar juice when we were young, we were a community? I thought we was drinking Kool-Aid. But you leave that Omar juice out on the counter too long, it's going to start to expand. That's bacteria. That's life. It's giving off gas. You know, so if you can make your own juice, you can make yourself healthier. just put it in the refrigerator so it don't spoil. Alhamdulillah. But the world has changed, and it's real important that we keep our eyes open and keep our. Imam said, our future progress. I'm using my own words. Depends on our perception and together. How you perceive things, and all know Muslims perceive things in the light of Allah and His Messenger, what's revealed in the Holy Quran, and that's what's most important. Alhamdulillah. Thank you. I think this convention in New Jersey is going to be really great. We're going to put our best foot forward and do our best to try to bring the entire community together. We know what a lot of these these pitiful-minded people that always looking down and thinking that, well, if I give more, what you hold tight close to you, you wind up losing it eventually, or you choke the life out of it. When you give freely and when you support, and you have to have a vision. You have to have vision. I know every time I look, my children, if they wreck the room or something, I say, man, it's going to take me all day to do this. But as soon as I stop being negative, I just get up and I say, man, I clean that mess up in like 5 minutes. It didn't take nothing. I'm going to go clean something else up now, I got plans to clean the basement. We cleaned the basement. I got plans to clean something else. That's what you have to do. You have to have a faith and believe in the positive nature of things and stop being so negative. And Allah will bless you with more, and He'll bless you with more ability. I know we poor. A lot of the imams think, well, if the believers go to the mosque cares or support the mosque cares, how am I going to pay these bills over here? It's exactly the opposite. Well, if you want to pay your bills, you come support the mosque cares, and Allah will bless you and give you what you need. He may give it to you the day you step in the door over here. You don't know what you got in store, but you don't get nothing sitting at home. I know that. Yeah, or staying away, hiding. We got to be stronger. That's what I told my son, and I'm looking at my brother, one that first put this in my mind. When you share positive things with people, you change people's lives. I read the story of Prophet Abraham and his son Ishmael. So many millions, heard it, read it many times. But when my friend back there told me, he said that the Imam said the purpose of that story is for the nature that all of us have. I said, everybody's shy. My son, he probably sitting out there listening. I said, we shy. I said, I was shy like you. I said, but that story of Ibrahim was that he told the prophet Ibrahim, Allah told the messenger, you had already passed his test due to your faith. He said, but the purpose is to slaughter the lamb. He said the messages that in slaughtering the lamb, that you slaughter that characteristics that all of us have in us, the weakness, the shyness, the urge to not take the initiative or to not step out of your comfort zone and be seen. You ain't trying to show off. Some people don't even want to be seen. But once you do that, then people get to see the light that Allah put in you and to see your true value. And so the idea is you have to slaughter the lamb. You have to be bold. And you have to, not bold like the society say, but you have to step out of that comfort zone. And that's a true blessing. And I also pray for, and I think about my brother, Allah, I don't know what their intentions is. A lot of times now I'm not going to say this about this person, but a lot of times you don't know what their intention is, but Allah uses them. I was a teenager. I was younger than my son. When you get married? I said, I guess, I don't know, when I found I was going through some problems. Because I felt my father married a member of the Nation of Islam. But in my mind, I said, I'm going to get somebody that's not from our community, and I want to find a good sister and marry a good sister. So I was like, well, he asked me when I get married. I said, I guess when I find a good woman or a good person. He said, you know how you get a good woman? He said, a good man. I never thought about that. I said, good? I said, you know how I am? Nah, you know how we are. I said, good? I'm like, I'm already good. But I wasn't. Because I wasn't willing to accept a person so that's how I met my wife. I said, she too easy. I could see her every emotion on her face and her every thought. As long as I could read her mind. I could play with her if I want to. But then Allah showed me otherwise. Allah showed me like, you're not gonna mess this one around. And that's the truth. But that brother, he's an imam. Imam Qasim Ahmed, I told him this. I said, man, you changed my life. And I said, you helped me meet the woman that Allah had prepared for my future life, my better half, you know. And I said, just from what you told me. And the first time I told him, I could see he's smart. So I saw his wheels turning. Yeah, he's smart. He's smart. And I could see his wheels turning. But I ain't gonna pass judgment on him. I don't know why he said that. He might have just been being a teacher, like teachers. That's what you do. But if you do that, if you always try to guide youngsters and guide your students and guide, you're an imam, you're a teacher, you always give them the best. It don't matter why you giving it to them. You might have just said, "What's this youngster? Oh, let me go over and straighten him out." He might have just been straightening me out, but he gave me a gift that was immeasurable. You see, yeah, a change of mind. He changed my mind, my perception, like Imam said. And where I was perceiving women was the wrong way. And all young men go through that. Y'all know that you perceive women as they're not, but as what Shaitan wants you to perceive them as. So, and that's why I tell the young men and my children, I let them know, that you have to be able to see the woman for her true value, and that's the human being, the spirit inside, not the sexual aspect. You have to fight that, and getting married is the best way to fight it. Once you marry, you cool. Yep. So, and that's something that I just want to share. But I got to get down from here because we have our keynote speaker. Alhamdulillah. I appreciate you all giving me your attention for these few minutes. I enjoy you every time.